Deputy Keaveney.
I'm happy to have the opportunity to speak on the debate. It's a critical issue, and just for the record, I have consistently opposed the notion of an unmetered flat rate water charge, and in that regard I welcome the Minister's comments of clarification today, because the Minister has been crystal clear on this issue, and I think some of the commentary from some certain sections of the House has been very unfair with regard to that clarity. Cancorla, no doubt water is a valuable resource, and everyone has a right to clean, safe and indeed plentiful water. Yet at the same time we must recognise that water is not a limitless resource. It's a quantity that comes to us processed. It's expensive commodity, and indeed it's expensive for us as taxpayers to treat and to distribute. And each of us has personal responsibility in this country to ensure that we conserve and use water wisely. And in that regard, this government intends to take effective steps to improve water quality and to ensure further water conservation. No doubt, again I repeat, we must avoid using a flat rate charge to plug any gap in this government's financial situation, inherited by the government supported by Finian McGrath, who has absented himself again today from the debate. Cancorla, Labour as has always been the case, is firmly opposed to any discrimination where water is concerned, especially on the grounds of income. Our two primary goals in this initiative is to improve water quality and to ensure water conservation, and that must be met in an equitable manner, a manner which does not unfairly hit the poorer households in this country. A flat rate charge would provide absolutely no incentive whatsoever for people to be economical with their water usage. And for this, and for those who want to conserve water and lower their household bills, a flat rate charge will effectively remove that option from them. I believe that any proposed water charges should not cause undue hardship to struggling families. A metering system, in my own view, is the fairest method through which charges can be introduced, and I welcome the proposal to introduce such a system. As many of my colleagues in the Labour Party have explained over the course of the last number of weeks, the metering system will expedite a fairer billing system, and not only that, but it will provide a much-needed employment for builders and small contractors across this country. I want to make it clear that I do not resent the idea of paying for water, because I pay for it myself in a group water scheme. I pay far greater than what the notion of what the proposed charge would be that's being circulated in the print media. I do, however, strongly condemn the use of what appears to be a type of a double taxation as a funding mechanism for domestic water. As I've said earlier, water is a commodity and it's a very valuable resource, but I fail to understand how the installation of water meters along with a flat rate makes any sense at all. Surely it is unreasonable to believe that installing meters at people's homes while at the same time hitting them with a disproportionate flat rate charge will do any good for water conservation in this country. I strongly support and recommend the introduction of a national waiver scheme whereby the poorest and the most vulnerable families in Ireland will be exempt from any proposed charges with regard to water. It is critically and crucially important that significant investment, as has been declared by the Minister, take place. And I think it's an indictment on the last government that we would have a near national 58% of water leakage across this country after €4 billion of resources have been pumped in over the last 14 years. It's an absolute indictment that such water, treated water, will go back into the ground system again after such scarce resources have been put back into the system. Thank you, Cancorla.